this episode, we dive into the dark waters of the legend of Jenny GreenTeeth, a malevolent water spirit feared for centuries in English folklore. Her story has terrorized locals who live near rivers and ponds, especially children, as Jenny is said to drag the unsuspecting into the murky depths. This legend embodies not just fear, but also a moral lesson about the dangers lurking in familiar places. The tale of Jenny GreenTeeth first emerged in the rural areas of Lancashire and Cheshire, England, where deep, murky ponds dotted the landscape. Jenny was believed to be a hag-like figure with long, slimy green hair, pale skin, and sharp teeth. She lived in the dark, cold waters of ponds and rivers, waiting for her next victim. But she wasn't just any creature. Jenny was a spirit driven by malice, a symbol of untamed nature's dangers. Parents would often tell their children not to play too close to the water's edge, warning them that Jenny would pull them in if they got too close. It was said that she favored the young and the careless, using her long, bony arms to snatch them from the shore and pull them into her watery lair, never to be seen again. Jenny's reputation was tied to the wetlands, rivers, and swamps that dotted the English countryside. These bodies of water were often deceptively calm, their surfaces masking the treacherous currents or deep underwater pits that could easily swallow the unwary. Jenny GreenTeeth embodied the unseen dangers of these areas. Her legend was a reminder that danger can lurk beneath the most peaceful of surfaces. Many believed that Jenny was not merely a myth, but an evil spirit cursed to live in the water, punished for some long-forgotten crime. She could not venture far from her aquatic home, but had the ability to call out in a soft, soothing voice, mimicking a gentle breeze or the sound of rippling water to lure her victims. Her beauty and voice, some say, were once captivating, but now they mask her wicked intentions. One of the most famous tales involving Jenny GreenTeeth is that of a young boy named Thomas, who lived in a small village near the River Mersey. Thomas was known for being adventurous, always testing the limits his parents set for him. He loved to explore the woods and the riverside, often wandering too close to the water's edge despite the many warnings he had been given. One summer evening, as the sun was setting, Thomas noticed something moving near the water. Curious, he approached the edge of the river and saw a woman sitting on a rock in the shallows. She had long green hair that shimmered in the fading light and wore a pale, tattered dress. Her back was turned, and she hummed a low, hypnotic melody. Drawn to her, Thomas stepped closer, fascinated by her song. But as he took his final step, Jenny turned her head to reveal her hideous face, pale and gaunt, with sharp teeth gleaming in her mouth. Before Thomas could react, her long arms shot out from the water, grabbing his ankles. He struggled, screamed for help, but no one was near enough to hear him. Jenny pulled him into the water, the river swallowing him whole. His body was never recovered, and only his empty shoes remained on the riverbank. The legend of Jenny GreenTeeth, though originating in rural England, has not been forgotten in modern times. Some believe that she is more than just a folklore figure, but a real presence still haunting the waters. Reports of strange disappearances near bodies of water, especially in isolated areas, continue to fuel the belief that Jenny GreenTeeth is still out there, waiting for her next victim. Locals say that on quiet nights, if you listen closely near certain ponds or rivers, you can hear her soft, eerie melody floating across the water. Others claim to have seen glimpses of her green hair floating just below the surface, vanishing as soon as they try to get a closer look. The wise stay far from these haunted waters, knowing the risks are too great. The legend of Jenny GreenTeeth has persisted for centuries because it taps into a primal fear, the fear of what we cannot see lurking beneath the surface. The still waters of a pond or river might look calm and peaceful, but as Jenny's story reminds us, appearances can be deceiving. Whether or not Jenny GreenTeeth is real, her tale has served as a warning for generations. Be cautious near the water, or you may find yourself the next victim of her deadly embrace. In many ways, Jenny represents not just the dangers of the physical world, but also the darker side of human curiosity and recklessness. Her story reminds us that some places are best left unexplored, and that not every beckoning voice is a friend. For those who wander too close to the water's edge, they might find that Jenny is waiting just below the surface, ready to pull them down into her watery domain.